My name is Mira, and I am 27 years old. I live alone in a city apartment. I have a pretty good job as an office assistant. My salary isn't huge, but it's enough to live a comfortable life, at least for most people. But I have one big problem. I love to shop. I love it too much, and I can't stop. Every weekend, I go to the mall. I walk from shop to shop, touching new clothes, trying on shoes, smelling perfumes, and checking the newest bags. Growing up, I never got to go shopping. Money was tight around the house. Every piece of clothing I had was a hand-me-down from my older sister. The kids at school would laugh at me because some of my clothes didn't fit right, and they often looked old. Shopping makes me feel excited and alive. When I buy something new, I feel a kind of happiness I don't feel anywhere else. It's like all my stress disappears for a moment. I always tell myself I'll buy just one thing, but I always fail. The moment I enter a store, everything looks beautiful and necessary. A pink dress, a shiny pair of heels, a cute bag. I feel like I must have them. I work hard, I tell myself. I deserve this. Sometimes I promised myself I would stop shopping for at least 2 weeks. But every time I passed by a store after work, the bright lights, buy one, get a second one half off, and new arrivals pulled me inside. I would walk out with another item and another moment of short happiness. My closet filled up quickly, but my bank account emptied even faster. At first, I didn't worry much. I thought, I'm young, let me enjoy life. But soon, things changed. Shopping started causing real problems. One month, my washing machine broke and I had no money to fix it. So I borrowed money from a friend. My credit cards became my lifeline, and I used them more and more until I owed a huge amount. Every time I checked my bank account, my heart sank. My salary disappeared within a week, mostly into clothes, shoes, makeup, and accessories. I kept telling myself I would save next month, but next month never came. My best friend Lisa tried to warn me.
Mira, you bought 3 new bags this month.
She said one evening. I felt embarrassed, so I laughed it off and changed the subject. I didn't want to think about what I was doing. I didn't want anyone to know how out of control I was, but I couldn't hide the truth for long. Things got worse, much worse. I had 2 credit cards and both were almost maxed out. I only paid the minimum amount each month, but the interest kept rising. I felt like I was sinking deeper into a hole. One evening, I sat on my bed with all my bills spread out around me. My electricity bill was overdue. My water bill was almost due. My rent was coming in 2 days. I checked my bank app. I didn't even have half of what I needed. I felt a wave of panic. My fridge was almost empty. Just a bottle of water and a small chunk of moldy cheese. I didn't have enough money to buy groceries. I didn't even have enough for a bus fare to work, so I walked and arrived tired and sweaty. At work, I skipped lunch. I pretended I wasn't hungry, telling my coworkers, I ate a big breakfast, or I'm on a diet. In reality, I couldn't afford lunch at all. The smell of food made my stomach growl, and I drank water so no one would notice. Then my phone buzzed, a payment reminder from my credit card company. I didn't want to read it. I felt sick. Things got so bad that the electricity company cut off my power. That evening, I stood in front of my closets, in the dark, and stared at the rows and rows of clothes. dresses I wore once, shoes that hurt my feet, bags with price tags still on them. All that money, money I needed for food, bills, and rent, was hanging on those hangers. I touched the clothes, but instead of excitement, I felt a heavy sadness. How did I choose this over everything I need? I was so angry with myself. Work became harder for me during this time, even though I tried to pretend everything was normal. Every morning felt like a battle. I woke up tired because I stayed up late scrolling through online shops. Sometimes I didn't sleep until 2 or 3 in the morning. When my alarm rang, I felt tired and stiff. I rushed out of the house with messy hair and no breakfast, hoping no one would notice. The final push came when my boss called me into his office.
Mira, you've been late 3 times this week.
I'm sorry.
You're a good employee, but you need to be more responsible. This isn't like you. You used to be very organized.
I stared at the floor, unable to answer.
Is something wrong? You can tell me if you're having personal problems.
I wanted to tell him everything. The bills, the empty fridge, the late nights, the stress. But the words got stuck in my throat. I felt ashamed. Ashamed of my choices, ashamed of my weakness, and ashamed that shopping had such a strong hold on my life. I'm just tired, I whispered.
I understand. But please try to fix this. I don't want it to affect your future here.
I nodded and left with a burning shame. My shopping habit was ruining everything. If I didn't change, I could lose my job, the only steady thing I had left. That evening, I finally broke down. I called Lisa. When she arrived and saw the mountain of clothes on my floor, her eyes widened.
Mira, this is a lot.
I know, I can't pay my bills. I can't buy food. I owe money everywhere. Tears ran down my face. Lisa hugged me.
It's okay. We'll fix this.
Together, we made a plan. I sorted my clothes into 3 piles: keep, donate, and sell. I sold many items online and made enough money to pay one overdue bill. Then I created a budget. I allowed myself only a small amount for shopping every month. If I wanted something bigger, I had to wait 2 weeks before buying it. Most of the time, I didn't want it anymore after waiting. I also found simpler ways to feel happy, like reading on my balcony, walking in the park, cooking cheap meals, and talking to friends more. Slowly, my life calmed down. I slept better. I ate better. I saved money. My credit card balance started going down. One afternoon, I walked past my favorite store. Their new collection was on display. For a moment, I felt that old rush of excitement. But instead of going inside, I smiled, took a deep breath, and kept walking. I still like shopping, but now I love something more: having control over my life again.
Question 1. Why did Mira love shopping so much? A. It helped her make new friends. B. It made her feel excited and happy. C. It helped her save money. Two. What was Mira's job? A. Chef. B. Teacher. C. Office assistant. 3. Which basic necessity did Mira struggle to afford? A. A new car. B. Groceries. C. Expensive jewelry. Four. Why did Mira start arriving late to work? A. She stayed up late shopping online. B. She was sick. C. She couldn't find transportation. 5. What did Mira often tell her coworkers at lunchtime? A. That she had a big breakfast. B. That she wanted to try new restaurants. C. That she didn't like their food. 6. Why did Mira feel embarrassed when talking to her friend Lisa? A. Because she forgot Lisa's birthday. B. Because she didn't want to hang out. C. Because she spent too much on shopping. 7. What did Mira do with many of her clothes when she decided to change? A. Burned them. B. Threw them away. C. Sold them or donated them. 8. What simple activities helped Mira feel happier later on? A. Traveling abroad. B. Walking in the park and reading. C. Going to expensive restaurants. 9. What was Mira afraid of losing if she didn't change her habits? A. Her apartment. B. Her clothes. C. Her job. 10. What did Mira do when she passed her favorite store after changing her habits? A. She kept walking and didn't go inside. B. She bought new clothes. C. She ran away.
Thanks for watching. Remember to like,